Hi there and welcome to another video from Faraz Maths. It's Mr. Faraz Hassan here, and in this video we are learning about simplifying expressions involving multiplication. So let's start something we already know. Previously we did that if I multiply, because I know that multiplication is commutative and associative, that means I can multiply 2 with 5 also first and then multiply its answer with this decimal number 3.2 and then multiply its answer with 3. To make calculation easier, we have to do this. So 2 times 5, it doesn't matter whether you multiply 2 with 3 or 2 with 5 or 2 with 3.2. In each sequence you will get the same answer. But why I am multiplying 2 with 5? To make it easier. So 2 times 5 is 10, and then times 10 times 3.2 times 3. So now to get rid of the decimal, what you have to do, you have to multiply 10 with 3.2. So 10 times 3.2 is 32. 32 times 3. So I can do this in my mind. 32 times 3 means 30 times 3 first, which is 90, and then 2 times 3, which is 6. So that is 96. Next one. Okay, so that's a third over there. So what we have to do, you have to multiply 2 with 6. So that is 2 times 6, which is 12. And there's a multiply sign. We can use this multiply sign here. And now we have to multiply these two surds together. So if I multiply 5 with 20, 5 times 20 is what? 100. So similarly, square root of 5 times the square root of 20, that is square root of 100. So that would become 12 times square root of 100. If you solve this, square root of 100, that is 10. And 12 times 10 is 120. Simplify in the same way in algebra. If I multiply these numbers first, like 2 with 6, that is 12, and x times x is x square. So that is basically 12 times x square, but mathematicians prefer to write 12x square. Instead of writing 12 times x square, they prefer this way. Without mentioning the multiply sign, you can just answer 12x square. So it means that 2x means 2 times x, then multiply, and 6x means 6 times x. So you have to multiply 2 with 6 to get 12, and x times x is x square. Now write it without the multiplication sign. So as I go through the video, do each example. Please feel free to pause and try them yourself first and then check your answers. Okay, coming to the next, we have 3 times x times y. So you can just write it without the multiply sign. So that would be 3xy. Now this is b times a times 8. I can write it as ba8 also. But that's not the correct way. That's not the standard way. I can write 8 first, number first, and then ba. Again, there's some problem because that is not in the alphabetical order. A comes first. So I have to write 8ab. That's the standard way to write it. So we'll write it as 8ab. That is 3xy. Remember this thing, that is the identical sign. Identical to or equivalent to. It means that 3 times x times y can be written in this way, 3xy. B times a times z, 8 can be written in this way, 8ab. Okay, pause the video and try if you feel if you can. So 2 times 5x times 3y. If we do that, 2 times 5x times 3y, what we have to do here, we have to multiply the numbers first. So 2 times 5 is 10, 10 times 3 is 30, so that is 30xy. Remember, we have to follow the alphabetical order. Here again, it is 1b, b, or it is equals to 1b. So 1 times 4 times 7, 1 times 4 is 4, 4 times 7 is 28. And then we have to write a and then b in alphabetical order, 28b. In this question, we have to multiply 5 with 2. So 5 times 2 is 10. And then multiply these two 3's. So 3 times 3 is 9. 5 times 2 is 10. 3 times 3 is 9. So 10 times 9 is 90. And 90 times minus 2 is minus 180. How we did it? 5 times 2 and then 3 times 3. So 10 times 9. And there is minus 2 also. So if you multiply it by minus 2, 10 times 9 is 90. And minus 2 times 90 or 90 times minus 2, it will give you minus 180. Now we just have to write variables. So you have to check for another x. So there is another x. X times x is x square. If you multiply two same variables together, you have to add their powers. So this one has power 1, this one has power 1. If you multiply them, you will get x power 2. And then y is there, and then z. So that's our final answer, minus 180 x square yz. Okay, the next one, pause the video and try this question. So we have to simplify 2 times n times n, that is 2n square. This one is 2n bracket square. So what does that mean? 2n whole square. It means that you have to multiply 2n how many times? 2 times. Repeat this 2n 2 times, or multiply 2n 2 times. So 2 times 2 is 4, n times n, because these are the same variables, so we have to add their power. So this n has power 1, this n has power 1, so they add up to square, n square, or n power 2. So our answer is 4n square. Remember this thing, that 2n square is not equals to whole bracket 2n square, 2n whole square. So it is not equal, 2n square is not equivalent to 2n whole square. Okay, coming to the next. So we have simplify minus 1 times x times x. So that is minus x square. Here we have two brackets. Again, you have to multiply the signs. So minus into minus. If you multiply two negatives, you will always get positive. So two same signs in multiplication will always give you positive, or 2 plus will always give you positive. So minus times minus is plus, and then x square. Okay, the last question, write an expression for the area. So we have a rectangle over there, and we know the formula of area of rectangle. Area of rectangle is equals to base times height. So that is your base and that is your height, or you can say length and width also. So base is 4x times height is 3x. You have to multiply the numbers first. 4 times 3 is 12, and x times x is x square. So that's the area of rectangle expression. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. We will continue from the next.